Hey everybody, welcome to yet another unboxing video. Today we have Legends of Andor. What's in that cardboard box? Well, stick around and let's find out. So today we have Legends of Andor. It's by Fantasy Flight, or they actually imported it from, I believe it was a German game initially, by Michael Menzel. And Fantasy Flight brought it in. Any of you that watch my unboxing videos know when I do unbox a Fantasy Flight game, I gush because they really pay attention to detail. Their level of detail and quality are next to none. Starting with the box, which is always sturdy and strong, right down to all their components, including their cards, and I hope this one lives up to all my expectations. So this is Legends of Andor. It's a fantasy game set in a medieval universe, and it's an adventure game, and adventure awaits you. The land of Andor is in danger. From the forests and mountains, King Brandor's enemies have mobilized their forces and began their march towards the castle. Only your band of heroes stand in their way. Can you prevent the monsters from overriding the castle? And if you get a look here, these are the contents, which I will go over and show you. And here it tells you that it's for ages 14 and up, and for 2 to 4 players. And it will take 60 to 90 minutes of play, which I highly doubt, but let's see what we have. There are also variations on this online. Whether they're official or not, I'm not sure, but you can play this as a solo adventure because it is basically a co-op game. You would just have to, control more than one character at a time, which is what I plan on doing initially to learn the game. So we open the box. What do we got? We have, very nice, a nice roll of bags, little plastic zippered bags on top. I guess you're going to use for all the components once we go through this. You have a deck of cards, which I would assume, large oversized cards by the way. These build your, you separate these cards by letter and you follow the directions on the card, and that will tell you how to set up your adventure to play. For instance, here we have Legends of Andor. This must be the 6th variation. So you would start, let's see what we have here, 5th. Okay, oh, the 6th one. Ah, I get it. Okay, this is one that you can actually do yourself. There's one quest that I guess you can be your own boss, make your own quest. That's nice. Always a nice thing to see. I like when they have that. Games like Small World give you like blank templates that you can make your own micro badges, and Ghost Stories does the same thing, and I think that's kind of neat that they allow you to do that, and they give you the extra tokens to draw in your own instructions and items. And this is what a real one looks like. This is the 5th legend. Battle Round 1. Tarek shakes. Suddenly, amid all the chaos, a hero notices the witch's brew flicker in the corner of his eye. The party may flip up to 2 half-full witch's brews to their full side. Return this card to the game box. So, it basically outlines an entire mission, so to speak, for you. And that's what these cards are used for. Here you go, end of battle, team battle. The hero arrives. This is the first mission, and you can play this as a, an ongoing quest, so to speak, and start with the first mission and work your way up. So that's those. Then we have a bag of dice. First thing I notice is how small they are. They're made out of wood, which is a plus. They are of many, many different colors. They are tiny. And to give you an idea, I just happen to have a die lying around. Here's a regular size standard die. And here is the Legend of Andor die. Notice the difference in size. I guess you can always buy a bag of dice if you feel like having regular size dice. But I feel they did that for the sake of people's, the space that people may have to lay out a board game of this size. It is pretty big, and it will take up a lot of room. Here we have all the plastic stands that you're going to use to put your heroes and monsters on. I'll leave one out because I will set one up for you real quick to show you what it's like. Here we have regular sized dice. These have numbers like 8, 10, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not really sure what these are yet, but that's this. Those are these. I haven't played the game yet, so I can't give you a breakdown of how to play. Here's another bag of different color, I guess, tokens. There's some square cubes, some round circles, all made of wood, not plastic. This is nice, but incidentally, these are also made out of wood. These dice that I had just showed you, made out of wood. And we have another deck of cards, which I will open. And in this deck of cards, you have, I guess these are quest cards that you pick up as you go along in the game. This is a start card, used only when the used only with the introductory legend. That's the first one, which also, by the way, is like a dumbed down version of the game, and it'll walk you through, and I believe leave a lot of the regular parts of the game out so that you can go through a game and learn how to play the introductory mission, which is number 1. Screams suddenly rise across the land. They are coming. The Gors arrive at dawn, and the castle is in danger. Place 1 Gor each in space 16, 22, 23, and 24. Gors may occupy the same space as the hero. What happens is when you start the game, you are going to draw cards like this and set up the board, set it up, the scenario, and put the monsters around your map, and this is how that's determined. Also, one other thing I want to point out: these cards are not of the high quality stock that is that I've come to know from Fantasy Flight. It's like a smoother, cheaper quality, not like the other games that they have where there's like a woven fabric feel to it. This is just a very smooth feel, so I'm guessing that these should be sleeved immediately to preserve the quality. You can see right away I've already dinked one of the cards very easily without even trying. So definitely you'd want to sleeve these. Here is a token. Not sure why or what. Oh, and look at this. It actually has a chip. Looks like it broke off in the box. No big deal. That's the way it came. That's the way it's going to stay. Next we have a reference booklet, which I'm sure I'll be going back to quite often as I play. And here we have a quick start rule guide. And oh, I see, these are the time markers, because each turn, from what I remember, each round lasts 7 turns or so, or even longer if you want, but then you'd have to spend some agility or strength or something. So these are the tokens that you use. Then you have the legend track, and as you draw these cards in one of the missions, it tells you where along this legend track you would put monsters, and these represent the 7 rounds that you're going to play, whereas each round has a certain amount of moves you can make, and each move represents an hour of the day. So you're going to play day and night. So that time that I had told you initially, or what it says on the box, about 60 to 90 minutes, I really think it's going to last longer than that from the playthroughs that I've watched. Here are your hero cards. Excuse me. Very nice, thick card stock, I have to admit. And this is Lepardis, Wizard of the North, rank 34. And these are your willpower points that will go up or down as the game progresses. And this is Cram, who looks like he's a dwarf. He is a dwarf. Okay, I was going to say he looks like a dwarf. He's a dwarf. And I'm sure they all have their special powers. I see here the number of dice that I guess you would use each round, depending on which which column you're in. Let me show you two more real quick here. We have the women. Oh yes, that's right. One thing I liked about this game was the fact that, let me show you this, how you have Cram. On the opposite side, you have Bait, which is the female version of that warrior. And here you have Lepardis, which we had just seen. And on the other side, you have the woman version, called Era, with the same attributes and everything, which is really nice. I like that. I like that. And I always like when they add females to the game, you know, especially having a daughter. It certainly helps that she doesn't have to use a small man dwarf when she's playing the game. Here we have Thorn and Chada. Thorn and Chada. And on the opposite side, we have Pasco and Mayrin. Very nice. These are your hero cards. We have many things in this box here. Lots of tokens. I'm not really sure what a lot of these tokens do, but they're there. They're included. And they are a very good card stock. They're very thick, which is always nice. Put this on the side for now. And here are your hero. These are the ones representing your heroes. And here's something cool about this game. You know, you would match the hero up with the color of. I'm just going to use the blue for now. But here's your hero on a stand. And here's a cool thing. This is the front of your hero. And as you're marching towards a castle, or if you're facing the other direction, here's the back side of your hero. Little things like that. Little tiny attention to detail things like that is what I like about board games, or any game that pays attention to detail as such. You know, if you're playing a video game and you see like grass flowing with the breeze, that's always a cool touch, and naturally the person that programmed it went that extra mile to make it look realistic. Anyway, here we have inventory card. I guess it's like a quick reference of sorts. Or even still, maybe not. This may be something where you lay all the equipment that's for sale on, and it tells you how much it costs to buy. And well, this is for reference. This is the battle sequence, how it starts, what happens after, and so on and so forth, and the battle conditions for each battle that you fight. And this looks like it will sit close to you as you're playing. Here's the money tokens, or the monetary tokens that you use in the game to represent money. Put those on the side, as well as other various tokens. Not really. These are wine skins which you would fill up, because there are certain parts of the game where you start to get thirsty and you need to fill up your wineskin to drink, and that's what that is showing you, the wineskins. And these are the wells that you will, depending on which adventure you play, these tokens are well tokens, and you will put them around various parts of the board, and in order to fill your wineskin you will have to go to these wells to fill them up. A few other tokens as well, which I'll put on the side for now. These are the rest of your tokens. Yeah, this is a very nice. I mean, I really wish that they actually had stand-up figures. If they had stand-up figures, this game would be the best. I would have to say. But I can live with these. I usually don't look for games that have little cardboard characters, but I made an exception this time because the game is rated so high. You know, every once in a while I get on Board Game Geek and I look around to see if there are any games that haven't been on my radar that I should be putting on my radar, and this one fell right in there. It's actually ranked 241 out of whatever, you know, from the top. So it's ranked very high. And here we have shields. And if you look at your character cards, they can actually purchase a shield and put it right in that. If you, I don't know if you can make it out. On each card there's like an area where you would put the shield on top of, and it would provide you more defense. Then there's a castle or a tower that you can build, and once again, if you look at all these tiles, there are so many tiles in this game. You definitely need to buy yourself one of these, which I actually went out and bought before I came home with the game, which is a simple Plano box you can get at Walmart, which allows you to break down the components into different sections. They're relatively cheap. You can get these for like $3, $4, $5 at your local Walmart. And here we have what seems to be a dragon. Wow, I didn't see this in any of the playthroughs, but oh wow. Let's put this together and see what it looks like. Again, I would prefer actual characters, but nice. Here's a dragon that you put together, and he comes with his own little stand, I guess. Yeah, you can put it on a stand. Let me do that real quick for you. Throw it on a stand and leave it out for everyone to see. Nice. Little dragon, very good. And here's an orc, and this is what I was talking about before when I said you can see the front and back of a character. This is a really good example. Here's the front of the orc, and there's the back of the orc. Nice. Little things like that. Many more cards here. Here we have a cavalry token. These can come in and help you. And this is, I believe, a point-based game, but it is co-op, and you don't have to play it as such, because if you win, you win. So everyone wins. Who does better may be important to some people, but I don't think I'll be playing it that way. Okay, and again, here's some more tokens of money tokens, and some more monster tokens. These look like dwarves or something. Lots of tokens, lots and lots of tokens. And again, here's some blanks. Oh no, they're not blanks. Fog. Oh, these are the fog tokens. Yeah, you're going to lay out fog tokens along your board, and that'll show you, or as a matter of fact, it won't show you what's behind it. But when you move the fog tokens behind it, there may be treasures or your witches or something that'll hurt you, or monsters. As you play the game, you will see what I mean. So now we have the board, which is huge. I don't think I'll have the room, so what I'll do real quick for the sake of this video is to sweep everything into this box. Did a lot of work for me later, but now I swept everything back into the box, and I am going to lay out this board to show you what it looks like, because I know you're all dying to see the quality of the board, and how good it is, and here we go. Put the little dragon over here for a minute, move the cards, everything is out of the way. Let's set up this board. Let's unfold this board. Wow. Don't even think my table is big enough. Is there more to unfold? There is more to unfold. Oh my god. This is one large board. Don't even think you can get this on. Can you actually see the whole thing on the... Yeah, you can. Let me bring the camera down just a bit. There you go. And you see that each section of the board, well, I don't know if you see or you don't see, but each section of the board is broken down by a number, which corresponds to some of the cards and tells you how to set up your adventure in different parts. These are the hills, and here's your castle which you're defending. And as the game progresses, the monster tokens will be marching towards your castle, and this is what you need to defend. And anytime a monster does get into your castle, you would put a token here showing that the monster enters the castle, and once, depending on how many people are playing, if only 2 are playing, once 3 monsters get to the castle, that's it, game over. So you want to defend your castle. Here is your move. These are representing the hours of your turn, the day, so to speak. And as you see, you can have up to 7 moves per turn. And if you go into the later rounds, you can actually go up to 10, but then it's going to cost you stamina. Your character is going to start losing stamina. So that's what this is showing you. These are, as I was saying before, the turns that you are going to play. So you're going to play from A through N. Each turn consists of 7 hours or more, if you want. And as you move up, you play till the letter N. You can actually make it harder by playing to a different, making the letter N, or starting or finishing at a different letter, making the game harder, because now you have less time to complete your game. But as you draw the cards that I was showing you before, these cards, mission cards, they'll tell you which, like for each round, if a monster comes out that round and what happens, and monsters will get added into the game and as you go along. So here's the board. It's a lovely board. Oh, wait a minute. We also have another side, and I don't know what this is. I guess there's another scenario that uses this side. Can't really go into detail here, but I see the same kinds of things, the rounds and the turns and such, but I don't know what everything else represents. I'm assuming this is your castle. Maybe not, maybe it is, I don't know. That's that. So, Legend of Andor. In a nutshell, looks like a great game. I can't wait to play. And I'll leave you with that. And hopefully maybe have a rundown or a game or a playthrough at some point. That's Legend of Andor. Thanks again for joining me. I hope this was helpful. And as always, leave comments or questions on the bottom. I'll look them up. If you have a question, I'll try to find out the answer for you. And thanks again for joining me.